Okay, so you are looking at an SMATH Studio software right now. This one. Okay. So I prefer to use this over MathCAD or and MATLAB for now because it's a free software. It's a freeware. Okay, you can just download this by looking at Google, and this is roughly around 5 megabytes, I think, okay, and easy to install. So we will be using this program time and time again, along with Excel. Okay. So we will solve the system of equation problem earlier using SMATH. Okay. So this is the interface. I think you can uh, study this interface very easily if you are always doing your calculation in this software. Okay. So for example, I'll paste the problem earlier. Here's that. Using Kramer's rule. Okay. So it's three equations, three unknowns problem. Okay. So this is our problem, and we know that to solve this, we will use the ax equals b general equation, right? So I will prepare an A matrix. Okay. So you simply have to type in A. Okay. Maybe I should zoom in further, like this one. Okay. Delete. So A, and then uh, to input equals here. So you're defining variable. You need to press colon. Okay. So colon. So when you press colon, uh, you will come up with this symbol. Okay. So you will not type equal. Okay. So I think that's one of the struggle you have to face early on in learning this software. So when you are defining variable like this, the A matrix, okay, you need to press colon. Okay, but colon is where besides the L keyboard. Okay, so shift. I need to shift and then colon. Okay, so to give this symbol, and then uh, we are defining the matrix, right? So the matrix command is here, over here. So these are the matrices. Okay, and then if you wanted to include a summation, the logarithmic, the trigonometric function, you will select here. If you are programming, you're going looping command, you wanted to iterate using the for loop and the while loop, so you have this here. Okay, if you wanted to use symbols as the variable, you have this here. Okay, and this. Okay, but there are shortcuts for the symbols. Okay, so and I'll explain it later. Now for now we will be using the matrix. Okay, so select this. Okay, I'll select that, and it will ask you what the size of your matrix. Okay, remember the A matrix is 3 by 3, right? So this is good, 3 by 3, and then insert. So you will have a blank matrix. Okay, then type in the values of the numbers inside this matrix. So 2, 3. I'm just pressing the arrow key. What's the coefficient of negative, say? That's -1. And then next is 4, arrow key, right arrow key, 4, -3, -2, 3, and then -1. So that's it. We have the A matrix. How about the B matrix? Okay, next is shift B, and then again press colon, and then define your B matrix. The size of the B matrix is what? 3 by 1. So 3 rows, we have 3 rows and 1 column. So 1 column. And then insert. Insert. So type in the values 5, 3, and then 1. Okay? And you can simply drag the the variables like that, just like in Word. Okay. So how do we solve the x? Okay, remember the formula is A inverse B, right? So let's now define x. So x, say x1. I'm always it's my habit to use numbers beside a certain letter, because sometimes x has a constant value over here. Okay, so x1 will be colon equal to A inverse, right? So first type in A, and where is the inverse? It's where. Okay, so we will be using the exponential command. So exponential command. Okay. So A is how do we use the exponent in Excel, right? Shift 6. Shift 6. Okay, here's that. Shift 6. That's it. And then type in -1. That means it's the inverse you're looking at. So A -1. Then multiplied by B. Okay. I want you to be uh, conscious on this cursor sign over here. Okay. What we wanted is x1 is equal to A -1 times B, right? Okay, but okay, this is important, no? Your cursor is currently here. Okay, to activate, you need to what term shall I use here? You need to select all the terms here before you press multiplication. Okay, that's important. So how do you know that you're pressing or you're selecting the whole terms here and not this -1 only? Okay, so I suggest my my method is just press space bar, and you will notice that once I press space bar, this cursor's symbol will be transferred here. Okay, and make sure the cursor symbol is enclosing the whole term, okay, before typing in the multiplication sign. That's very important. So that's the my struggle before when I'm learning maths, SMATH. I forgot to notice the cursor symbol. Okay, make sure your cursor symbol is placed on its right location before typing in another sign, another command. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so our cursor symbol now is under -1, and I'll press spacebar. Okay, it's still not on A, right? And another spacebar. That's it. So it now covers the whole A -1. And then this time I'll be pressing now asterisk or multiplication. That's it. That's the multiplication sign. I press the asterisk. Okay, and then type in B. Okay, and that's it. We're good. So we can now press outside, and then to get the value of x1, simply type x1, and now you may press equal, because we are now getting the result. We're not defining, but we're now getting the result. So see, and we got the same answer as with the Excel and using Kramer's rule. Okay. Okay, so let's try another problem. So for example, I have this problem. This one. So given the following system of equations, 5x minus 10y. So it's just a 2 by 2 matrix, okay, because you have two equations to ano, so very simple. Okay, so I can just say copy this whole thing here, control C, control V, right? And then uh, just use another letter for these matrices. Then I'll use D.